क्षीयमामृता त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृता त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्.
Hey everybody, welcome to Trauma Talk Thursdays. Always very excited to be here. Hoping you guys had a great day and maybe you're ready to wind down a little bit now. So get in a comfortable position. You can close your eyes, you can lay down, you can sit up, or you can actually kind of move around, almost like do Tai Chi type moves, because the sound is going to help clear any of the static from the day. So sometimes you get stuck even your shoulder and you want to wiggle your shoulder, you want to wiggle your leg out or shake your hands. So you could do this standing, you could do it sitting, you could just like lay down and just go with the sound. Okay, I'm going to take everyone on a little sound journey. So close your eyes and just relax. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, whenever you're ready, you're going to flutter those eyes open. Wiggle those toes. Wiggle those fingers too. And anything that feels like you need to get some energy out, move that body part. Take a nice deep breath. And a nice long exhale. Okay. And now we're going to welcome the amazing Brettney to the stage. Welcome, Brettney.
It is like a massage to my nervous system.
Oh, I like the description. I love that.
What a blessing to have you open up our Thursday trauma talks of the week. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your gift and your talent and for sharing it with us several weeks in a row. Like it is literally, it's just like with how hectic today has been. I just get a
2 minutes too. We could all do it. Just like take
Mhm.
a deep breath and hum. Have a wind chime in the house, like the littlest thing, that little tiny bit. Just let your body melt and follow the sound.
I'm there. Thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome everyone to Trauma Talk Thursdays. This week we have an amazing guest that Susie herself has brought to us to share on her incredible story of resilience and what she does nowadays as an energy worker. So really excited for that. But first, let's share a little bit about what's been happening lately. A little story time. And something that just has been coming up this week is the square peg, round hole phenomenon. Let me explain what that is. Basically, as an empath, I am guilty of doing this myself, of seeing the best in people, but not seeing them. I know that sounds really weird, but let me elaborate on that. I can see a person's potential. That is one of my gifts as a coach. And I would love to bring people to that potential. But if they're not ready, if they're not willing, what am I doing? Like, there is no way, no reason for me to force or coerce them into what I see for them. And it's a fool's errand to even try to accomplish that. And actually, today, I ran into someone who had some not so nice things to say about their potential clients. And I had to stop that person and go, hold on a second. You're saying these people are lazy, that they're entitled, that these federal workers who were fired illegally, like due process was not taken, and you're calling them these names? Hold on, that's not okay. That's not cool. But the real problem underneath that is the fact that this individual was trying to force these people that are not her clients, that obviously are going through a very chaotic situation in their lives, into what she felt was best for them. And because she didn't understand the situation that they're going through and couldn't empathize with that, because she's on the other side. She's on the side of people who did this process. You know, we all have our reasons. There is perspectives that we get to explore, to understand, to unpack, to connect, to come together and produce the results that we want to create for our future, to create betterment for our future. But when we can't see each other as human, when we don't have the whole picture, and when we're trying to force someone into the vision that we have for them, instead of giving them the chance to let us know what's right for them, whether through action, through words. Really, action is the way to kind of figure that out, especially if you've been through a relationship with any sort of person with narcissistic tendencies. You're going to know that their actions speak louder than words, because even though they may have the best intentions, sometimes their actions don't align with that. And I was guilty as charged, right? Trying to solve the problems for someone that was more in love with the problems than with the solutions. And this is something that I had to reflect on myself, because I was causing myself pain. I was creating a dynamic of self-sabotage when I did that fool's errand, thinking I was doing something righteous, and it was self-righteousness all along. Let me say that again. I thought I was doing something righteous, and it was self-righteousness all along. It had nothing to do with that individual. It all had to do with me and my ego and what I could see for them. And that's when I finally realized that, was like, hey, maybe I should step into coaching and deal with people who really want to change their lives instead of trying to force someone who doesn't. And it's amazing how that shift, that perspective shift, has created such a dramatic, powerful, and peaceful change in my life, where I'm not trying to hammer a square peg in a round hole and get frustrated because it's not working, and really put myself in the position where I can truly be of use for those who need the value that I give them. Because if you're not trying to work with someone that actually is open to what it is that you are trying to give them, that gift of your purpose, they're going to throw it away like trash, because it's not for them. They didn't ask for that. They didn't want it. And so that creates this butting head dynamic where, you know, I was self-sabotaging myself, getting frustrated at this other person because they weren't fixing their problems. And likewise with the person that I experienced today, who had some not so nice words to say about those clients. It was like, you know what? Wrong clients. They're not yours to go after. And that's why there's not so nice things to say about them. And that's a waste of your energy. That makes a person look really bad. And so I had to stop them and say, those aren't your clients. And that's not a way to address people like that. And the beautiful thing was, after that discussion, there was a little butting heads, but we worked it out to where the paradigm shifted. And that individual was like, well, actually, I'm going for people who are ready to change their lives. Like they don't want to be on the sidelines. They want to take on that entrepreneurship journey. And I was like, there you go. That's your clientele. And I know that they're going to be looking for you because they need you, not these people that are obviously not your people. So that was just a huge, impactful thing that happened this week. And as I reflected on that moment and came forward in that empathetic coaching way of like, I'm going to speak up about this. And it may be uncomfortable, but that's where the magic happens. And on the other side of that, when we listen to those nuggets of feedback, amazing things happen. So welcome to Trauma Talk Thursdays. It is an incredible day. It has been an amazing high vibe day, and we have an amazing guest. But first, let me introduce Mr. Trauma Talks himself, the man with a mission, the mind behind the mastery. Ra, come on down.
Woo, we are the Price is Right tonight.
You know
it. Oh, the price is right. We've been working really hard to get the price right the way it needs to be. Thank you so much, Brettney, Perr, and every one of you out there. We couldn't be doing this without all of you. Our Rastas and Obscurum Nights. Listen, this would not be Trauma Talk Thursdays, Season 2, Episode 6 with amazing guests sitting backstage, waiting to grace the stage tonight with her resilience and her strength. As Brettney said, this is what we deal with. Like, as she started about those federal workers, I was like, yo, this is 2008 all over again in a different way, because it's not, it shouldn't be happening. It's wrong. And I mean to say, I wouldn't want to go to work tomorrow if I'm working for someone and they tell me, hey, you got to go home. And I didn't even plan that, or I don't even know what's about to happen. You get what I'm saying? It's always hard. And someone asked me today, like, I don't understand what you do. What do you mean you take stories? I still don't get it. Like, what do you do? I just can't get it. Why do you put these conferences together? What purpose does it serve for you? And I looked at that person and I said, well, have you ever been scammed in a way that you had to lose and pay for it in a bad way, that it sent you into a mental bad place? If you come out of university with your degree and Brettney Perr promise you, hey, I'm going to give you that 150 grand that you're looking for the minute you walk out of there, out of that university, and show me that certificate, and she's giving you the exact amount that you need because she knows the value that you bring, is because she knows what you can do. But if I look at you come out of there and I know that you don't have the experience of what I need at that moment, I could start having you take those baby steps towards me. But you see, the next thing is when you do the work for yourself and you actually build yourself up to get where you need to be. And then you need now, there's that little catapult, just that extra push that you decide, okay, I want to invest in myself. And when you do take that and you invest in yourself, knowing that the outcome should bring you back with that investment or double or more than that, and that person or those people or that company screws you over, there is a story that needs to be told. Because the place that you mentally go in, that, oh my God, what just happened? Trust me, the place, I've been there. I was stressed beyond stress. I was hurt. I was broken. Like, wait, you mean to say you could put on a suit and go talk to 100 people and go on a stage and scam people your money? And I was like, broken. You mean to say that Facebook and Instagram is allowing people to run ads to promise things, and you go take your good heart, your good mind, and your strength, investigate it, and you do it, believing it, and then you get screwed over? Well, let me tell you something. Those are the trauma stories, besides the trauma story of reaching where you are, that we are telling on stage on Broadway. Those are the stories that help people who are out there, just like myself, to know, hey, I paid for my university time, right? Paid to get my PhD, paid to get my master's, paid for a bachelor's. You did pay because you had to study, and all your material, your time, everything is part of that payment. One of the things we do too as well is pay to learn. And that it all sums it up to. So with our mental health conference on Broadway, we bring you the trauma stories of people from where they were to where they are today. So you will be able to understand that you are not alone. That's why Ra tell you week after week, give yourself a pat on your back. That you bring yourself from yesterday. Let you know that I love you. You gotta love you, because if I didn't love me, I would have been done with this speaking world. I would have been gone. But you know what? Knowing their stories like Susie, like Brettney, and these strong, resilient individuals keep going day after day, and they still keep motivating. Brettney Perr, she's come here week after week, grace this stage, and be here for all of you on this podcast. And yet she's telling you how she's coaching people and grooming them to be great individuals like herself. And do you think that Brettney Perr is going to do someone something like what I'm talking about? No. And these are the genuine few that helps me to understand we are in the right place. So with that being said, it's Trauma Talk Thursdays. With that as well, let's tell you what is meant for you. That was not meant for me to be on Good Morning America yet. What is meant for you shall never pass you by. And what passes you by was never meant for you. And I'll say this because the person who sold me on that thing, I caught them all in text messages and everything. The person who sold me on it said how she explained it to me. She said, Ra, for it to do that for you, to give you 3 minutes or even 5 minutes on there, the person has all the right connections. They know how to do it. When I made you pay, they agreed to do it. And that's a sad thing about people and their word. Just like my book, people are two-faced. You got to know which face you're dealing with. Brettney Perr, thank you for the great introduction. I want to bring back Susie on here. Susie, thank you so much for all the work you do with myself and Brettney week after week. We know we don't pay you. But you do such an amazing thing with the song therapy, the song bath. I mean, I saw a comment where someone was saying, every week after week, I just want to pop it up for you. Look, yeah, she goes, thank you for this amazing experience week after week. And I would tell you, I look forward to it. Like everything that just happened, I just really look forward to it. That Brettney and I was talking 2 minutes before. In 1 week, we did what we just did an hour ago. And that was something we need to give ourselves a pat on the back. And it was not me alone. I wouldn't have been able to pull through if you beautiful ladies did not say yes. So with that being said, Susie, I want you to introduce our amazing guest for tonight. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry about that.
Welcome, Cindy.
Background. I'm super excited to introduce Nina. I met her in London. I had the pleasure of meeting her in London, and we co-authored a book, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, with Marie Diamond. And she is beyond amazing. She is a healer, but beyond being a healer, she's a gifted seer. Like, she was able to look, I'm going to say actually into me. She's like a human body scanner, I guess, like a human CAT scan, I'm going to say. And she could tell me everything that I needed to do nutritionally and what was going on in my house that was affecting my health. And I was completely blown away. And she also has this really amazing story of her beginnings and how she got to where she is. And I'm not gonna do a spoiler on that. So I'm just really grateful for her amazing talents and what she wants to bring to the world, because she's out there to heal the world and teach people how to heal themselves. And an amazing, amazing, wonderful lady, the beautiful Nina.
So, everyone, welcome to the stage, Nina V. Garza. Hello, Nina.
Oh, thank you for the wonderful presentation and introductions. And I now have red cheeks already. Uh, and thank you for inviting me to this amazing, amazing podcast. Today, I would like to talk about my personal trauma I have carried through all my life. I didn't know that until 2 weeks before when I invited on this podcast. So I also discovered that it wasn't just from this lifetime. It originated in previous lifetime. But first, I would like to talk about what emotional trauma is. Emotional trauma is response to a deeply distressing event that impairs person's ability to cope. These events don't just affect our minds, they alter our bodies, our DNAs, our cellular memory. They become embedded in our blueprints. Now, you probably know what each of us has two bodies, the physical body and the energetic body, and blueprint that holds the form together. Because without blueprint, we are just bunch of electrons, positrons, neutrons, whatever, right? Trauma embeds itself in this energetic field, typically through our chakras. The root chakra, in particular, is where most trauma settles because it relates to our basic survival modes. When trauma occurs, the pain is so intense. Our bodies protect us instantly by locking it away. Some people even doesn't remember the event when it's happened. And often it is without processing it. The chakra are supposed to be absorb and process emotional experiences, transforming the energy through our meridians and into corresponding organs. But if it is positive experience, right? If it is positive emotions, it's bringing through the absorptions of chakras, through via nadis. I think it's pronounced right. It's a Chinese word, to our meridians and into corresponding organs. But when the same type of trauma repeats in continuous hit the same chakra over and over and eventually disrupt the organ system, and which lead to the illnesses. This story trauma is even carried into our future incarnations, because our soul journey is to clear out these blockages and rise our vibrations. Do not encourage anymore. That's now I would like to share my own story. When I was around 14 years old, I was accepted into specialized school in Russia, known for the students with parents who held high position in society. At that time, I had long hair, not short like right now, and wavy, and had natural highlights. It was natural. It is not going in a hairdresser and do highlights. I had natural. And many boys was interested in me. I wasn't really responsive until one incredibly handsome boy joined our class. I fell head over heels in love. And on my luck and to my delight, he returned in my feelings. We had a close friendship within, of course, in boundaries allowed by society at that time, because I'm pretty old. During that time, I began to have recurring dreams that felt for me as premonitions. I dreamed of specific place which was like discovered behind my house, probably one, I don't know, 100 feet or so. And that place in my dream had windmill. And it was about 16th century, like I understood how I was dressed. And I going to this windmill. I feel extreme pain, like you emotional pain, like you lost someone or some events happened to bring you to this pain. And I basically in my dream, I was feeling the actual pain. And I was coming to this windmill, climbing on the top and jumping from the window down, and I die. And I wake up, and I go, oh my God, what is that? Then it's dream starting repeating itself over and over and over. I was, what's going on? Why you have this repeated dream? I said, I'm going crazy. But with my boyfriend, it was going, everything's great. We stayed together for 8 years. We was graduated together in our high school. I was accepted in the university and studied mathematics. And my boyfriend was enrolled in military school in Siberia. One summer, we reunited for the best vacation our lives. He brought flowers, and in front of my parents, he proposed to me. We planned our wedding and married in following January, when we will be coming back from our schools on a break. Then everything fell apart. At the Revolution Day celebration, it was very widely celebrated event back then in our country, my home country. And in my boyfriend's school, they had dance party. He met their daughter of the school director, who happened to be a general. And he was dreaming to become a general. He immediately saw, this is a chance to advance his career, because becoming son-in-law of this general will give you green light in his career to become a general. But maybe it's happened a bit differently if he will tell me this in person. But he just sent a short letter saying we were breaking up and he was marrying other girl. That moment shattered me. I didn't enter a physical coma, but I went into, I call an emotional coma. I screamed and cried for 12 hours. When I collapsed into unconscious state, but I will call this better as a trance, because I can hear everything, but I cannot move. That was exhausting. And I a little bit get the strength. I come out from this trance and starting crying and screaming all over. It was continuous, repeated for 25, 28 days. Thanks God, my mother, a doctor. She kept me alive by giving me IV with essential nutrients, what I can't survive. Eventually, I started coming back to my senses. The trauma didn't leave me, but my survival instinct helped me bury it deep, deep inside. To put in a jar, put a heavy lid, nothing happened. I remember looking around my room, seeing bloody scratches on the wall from my fingernails, wondering what happened? What happened to me? I didn't remember it very well what's happened to me. After that, I missed half year in university because I wasn't able to speak well, like supposed to, not only study mathematics. That I came back to the university about in September, and probably in half year I met my first future husband. He was handsome, intelligent, and that attractive man. How he speaks. We was together with the same city. We have home city, the same. We connected, and eventually he proposed to me to marry. I was hungry for the love, for the affection, for somebody will be respect and cherish me. And we get married, and that's the cherry on the top. In our first wedding night, I realized that I can't be intimate with this person. I physically resisted him because I still was in love with my previous boyfriend. Well, time passed, and we were still together, but another 10 years. That emotional trauma followed me through the 4 marriages, each lasting 10 years. Every time I entered a new relationship, I had have the same dream again, what I had when I was 14. I didn't understand it then. I didn't see connection between marriages and this dream. I was terrified of being hurt again. So I was ended up my relationships, even I was getting married, is even it wasn't um, really something bad's happening, right? But 10 years in its feelings coming up again. I was scared to be hurt again. The same way I was scared, I was hurt when I was young. 2 weeks ago, when I was preparing for this podcast, I was thinking about the different story I will talk about. And in my dream, I felt the original my breakup from the first breakup. This pain came flooding back. I felt everything what I felt before. And I already knew when I wake up, I knew I will need to talk about this event in my life because I realized it, that speaking about it loudly helped me release it. So I am here sharing my story and releasing my emotion drama in front of you. Thank you for listening my story. And I came over this podcast to tell this story, but it's not only to tell this story. To say thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Mr. King Sun and the Egyptian Sun. I have very uh, great connections to the Egypt because I was reincarnated several times in Egypt. So this is my story, and if you are have anything similar in your life, I can help you because if you have these events occurred in your current life, just started, let's get rid of it. What you not carry over and over, suffering this pain. Get rid of it. What you not carry over and over.
Amazing. Amazing, Nina. Susie, Brittany, y'all chime in. Brett, you're muted.
My word, that was wow. Wow. And as Ra showed the comments from Sweetie saying that this happened to her cousin. And it's like these moments when these stories are shared, just for Nina's reason of coming on here, it's going to hit someone. Like someone needs to hear that. And while I'm saying this, please share this with someone that definitely needs to hear this story and that definitely needs the support that Nina has to give. And I feel like, Ra, is this the first time that we've had someone like bring up past lives and how they can connect with the here and now? I think this is like either the
Yep.
first or the second
It's
time.
about the first, yeah.
Yeah. And it's very, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Like,
okay. Yeah, it's very fascinating when, you know, we start diving into these things and maybe suspend some of our culturally pushed disbeliefs and start to really consider, this is interesting, or this feels familiar and I've never been in this space before, or that's interesting. I felt like I had deja vu and it could be connected to a past life thing. And we know that these things are they happen. There are stories of kids saying the most interesting things that they have no business knowing, and come to find out it's true. Like there was that connection to something that is older than this child that they somehow were connected to, and then as they age, it just like fades away and you're here present in this lifetime, but those things can still connect. So I just want to say right now, thank you for sharing so openly and vulnerably, because going through these situations, marriage, heartbreak, marriages for 10 years. I was in a 10-year-long marriage, and the divorce was pretty, it took a toll on me. And so to imagine having to go through that multiple times is just like, I commend you for being powerful and being authentic and so dialed in and connected energetically that, you are here to share this story today. So thank you so much.
I came over in this world to heal people. This is my true path. I didn't know that. Oh, well, I knew some because my grandmother was healer. So, and I knew I get the gift, but I never have developed it and didn't make a big sense for me back then. But like we'll say, in my childhood, when I was ready to choose profession,
Mhm.
everybody was telling me, you need to go to in medical school because you have this gift to give to people. You even don't need to be heal somebody, but you are talk to somebody, you already healing them. And because I was spoiled brat, I said no. Because you all want to go to medical school, I will go to a mathematical. So it is mathematician, become mathematician. I still love it, but it is not. And it's still hit in my 60s, 70s right now, like last 10 years I was doing this job. So it is not a job, it's just lifestyle, I will say. That's I will become still, you cannot avoid what you came over to do in this life. And I will be one of the speakers on this event in June 12th. This is what behind Ra, I am on the white dress. And I bringing gift with me, which I do when I do my workshops. I don't know what gift it will be because it depends from archangels what will be showing up and giving the gifts. Not I personally, but through me, they giving the gifts. So one of the gifts was the person who was on the workshop. The first my workshop when she show up only one, and she got this gift. Next day she received $2,000.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
I don't know what the gift will be. Sometimes it's giving opportunity. When you are very, very bad situation and you don't know what to do, when it's given, you store it in your heart. And it's like, oh, I know, I have this. And I pull out. It's like magic. It's just going away. That's what I would like to, everyone who's listening, come over. If you are in New York, come over. If you are in San Diego, Los Angeles, come over. You will not ever regret it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Nina.
You're welcome.
That is awesome. And I'm so excited to share the stage with you at our live mental health conference. So, Ra, if you could get that in the chat so that people can check out the tickets or maybe sign up to speak and join us in New York, that would be amazing. And Nina, I'm looking forward to that gift.
All right, Susie, before you put in any questions, so let's just run the ad for the conference.
So stay.
My dear amazing souls, I would personally like to invite you to participate in your Trauma Talks, a mental health conference and platform where your voice will be heard. So, why would I want to come to your conference? It looks amazing like every other conference I've been to. Actually, he's doing it all wrong. Firstly, let me show you, well, you have been seeing, to where you would be coming to speak. You won't just be the spotlight, you will be in one of the main spotlights of the world, New York City. Yes! And you're seeing these amazing videos and you're excited. Yep, I know that. Here's a sneak peek of where you would be center stage. I know I got you. I have been to so many conferences as I am an international motivational speaker, but what I have in store for all of you is amazing. All you have to do is allow yourself to believe, because New York City, it brings a different type of energy. So before you move on, I want to personally welcome you to your Trauma Talks.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I put that link. I'll put the ticket link in. I know some people have been messaging me about tickets. I've been talking to some people about coming, and just, some people, the first thing they go like, oh, it's on a Thursday. It's on okay, no problem. Here's what. We will show you a talk about these people on our podcast, and afterwards you just come to the VIP event and hang with us and actually meet them. So they're going to be on stage on Broadway. You can't see them. Well, you can come and meet them at the VIP event, because if you come to the conference, the golden nuggets is you're going to get all these amazing stories and all these messages. But the beautiful part is you want to actually mix and mingle with them, and you want to know them, and you want to have that up close and personal experience. So what you do is you come to the VIP event and you will get to meet everyone. So Nina, I would leave the questions for Susie and for Brittney. I I am very, very touched by your story, because you see, when I started Your Life Experiences with Ra in 2018, I tell people how I lose people from our lives. And then when I started finding out, they were like, we didn't want you to say our business out there. And I was like, I never do that. I know many people's stories. Like right now, your story resonates so deep that I actually had to go on Facebook on her messenger, and I go like, you need to come and hear this. I'm not going to tell her story unless she gives me permission. But I'm telling you, if you hear her story, when it comes to, I think Sweetie Nuri was saying her cousin went through something similar and all these different things, and it's a reality that people don't understand. Like, I don't know where the feelings, like inside of me, if I'm about to betray Brettney Perr at that moment, it would make me to understand, bro, what is going to come for you? You're going to be feeling the ringing of that betrayal with inside of you. And they don't understand what is coming back for them, that it will hurt more. So, betrayal is real. Like my talk in Paris was love and betrayal. And it is the truth. You can support a narcissist, as Brittney started today. We spoke about different type of disorders recently, and we spoke about narcissistic disorder. And you can support a narcissist. You could stand by them. You can raise them up, be with them. But the day it is your turn, they will never bat that eye at you. They will never praise you the way you were praising them. So you have to be strong enough to praise and love yourself. So I am happy that you got out of it. You are where you are today, and I want some of that healing. And I'm so grateful I met you. Nina, thank you for joining us on your Trauma Talks on Trauma Talk Thursdays. I look forward to connecting with you in June, on June 12th, but even more coming up on May 8th. Should be excited for you as well. All right, so I leave the stage to Brettney Perr and Susie to close up. Everyone, all my amazing rosters, thank you, but stay on.
Thank you. All right, Susie, I'm going to pass it to you for the next question.
Okay. Nina, what I've been dying to ask you, because you have all these talents, was it hard for you to tell other people about them? And what was the reaction when people found out that, you had the past lives that you remember and you can actually remote view and you have all these amazing abilities? Like, did you not tell people in the beginning, or there's certain people you would share it with? Like, what were those reactions?
Well, I'm not really, it's only the very very close friends knew that. When I was home, I can talk about it. And more of that, when I knew that I have soul of archangel, I couldn't say that to people. They said, "Oh, this is just it is something what she's imagining. It is not coming." And I wasn't thinking what I can talk like I talk right now, openly, until I met Diana Cooper, who's working with archangels for years. And I'm like, oh my God, I was doing this for many, many years secretly from everybody else. Even I didn't talk with people who was very close to me, but I'm working with archangels. And only recently I started talking about this. And of course, the people was saying, oh, you are healer? What is that? Are you healed? Like I try to explain them. I don't have magical pill. I don't have wizard the stick. But I can find in your body what in your energetic body what make you sick. What it's amazing, and especially the recently I started to do this going back in the times, and I can see that I can find what the reason for this or that particular event make you sick. Everybody knows. Sometimes we get sick, like I have backache. I go to doctors, they say everything is right, everything is okay. We cannot do anything. And they start in shooting you with painkillers or do some gymnastic or something. It doesn't help. They use it. Okay, let's do last thing. Let's do surgery. They do very expensive and the very dangerous surgery, what can bring you in a wheelchair because your legs can be paralyzed or even whole body can paralyze. Why you do that? But can you imagine just one, the example what I had recently read the book, Martina and Hans Thorns, if I pronounce the last name right. They were saying that what imagine that you are the boy 20 years old. It is a war. You came to the war and you get killed by stabbing in the back. And it's your death happened in minutes or seconds. That emotions, what happened, getting in your energetic body, didn't process. It's no time. You reincarnated. In what? You live in 20 years, happily alive. On 21st, it's like turning light. You're starting having the backache. And you go to doctors one, to another, and third. They cannot explain what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what I do. I'm detecting what's happening. It is not easy to follow instructions what I give. It is not will be one time event. It needs to go over and over. And the most important thing, I explaining my clients saying, when you go into car shop, right, to tune up your car, they do tune ups. Everything is right. Everything is great. What it's up to you how you will drive your car. If you will put prime gasoline, if you change oil on time, you will have that car running smoothly for a long time. But if you get diesel, you never check that, you dropped it outside, it's rain, wind, or whatever, how the car long will be. The same for the body. I clean it up you, but you running the car. That's the what. I'm sorry, it was too long for me.
I love that.
Well, that Yeah, I like that there's no quick fixes. It really depends on how you take it, how you run with it, almost like your faith and your belief system. So if that faith or belief system is like butting against the healing, it's going to take longer because there's still that energy to work through to make the healing stick, basically.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's and I when Ra was showing the clip where his train's going, and for some reason I was back into the hotel where I met Susie.
Aww.
And Susie talking about uh, what she was in Subway and she lost her money. And I was just like in that place where she lost her money.
Oh, wow.
Make this when I was in London with her. Probably it will be help back then, not right now. It's long time gone, but that was what was very interesting things. Sometimes it triggers me to go places what I less expected.
That's funny. Sometimes abilities are like that. Like I know how I have my own where it creates embarrassing moments because I know something about someone, but I don't really know it. It just comes out of my mouth. So it's funny how that happens. But we do have a question from the chat from Viva Miss, and she asks, what gave you that strength to understand what was happening, and where did you get the support from?
Well, I have very extensive um, guides, the team would support me, including 12 archangels and several ascended masters who's leading me through my ascensions, the levels of ascensions. That's what it was understanding came with that because they lead me. I could, another thing, what I was experiencing all these 4 marriages, and I should to do it in the first place, in first time to understand what's going. But I was too proud of myself, like, no, I don't want to listen. Then when I started to listen, what's going on, and it's nothing's happened by the chance. It's all happened for purpose.
Mhm.
And then when you are listening on that, you are seeing that give you understanding and support. I find in my guides who's with me every time, and which I thanking them every day. I have meditations a minimum 1.5 hour every day in the morning and evening, and connecting with them, and they leading me, they telling me what needs to do. That's what brought me. It is not accidents what I meet Susie. It's not accidents what she invited me to be the part of that first podcast when we were celebrating on our book in New York. And it is not accidents. It is purpose. What I need to go to on a higher arena to heal the people. It's not. I will not say what I do it free because I need. It was some years, some other times lives I was doing it for free, but not in this period because previously the healers was supported by society. Now it's not. Uh, if it's we are healing people. I was doing this basically for 8 years free, just because I had a day job and I supported myself. What I could give away this gift, basically. And if I was able to, if I was rich enough, I would do it for free to everyone. So that support what I receive, it is my guides. And of course, I studying a lot. I'm studying with Diana Cooper, I'm studying with Marie Diamond, I'm studying by reading books. I'm studying even the people, what I see on a podcast or in Facebook daily, which I not really like it, but I study their work because it is bring the great seed can grow. So I hope I answered it on question.
Amazing. Yes. Listening to your guides, taking that time to do so. I believe you mentioned meditation every morning and that stillness to listen, and then constant studying, which is beautiful, beautiful to hear. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. We have another comment from Sweetie Nori, who says her mother is there listening with her. And she said her grandmother always talked about the struggles during the war as well.
Well, that can be this event. Some things happened, which are can bring emotional, not only physical. The physical, emotional trauma, they are like interconnected, because physical trauma can create emotional trauma. Emotional trauma creates physical trauma. It's already even the traditional medicine saying that. So, and I want to say, Brettney, that's cat. He's a just beautiful angel. I see this. I feel his energy. He is the angel. He's a saving you. I don't know from what yet, but he's a saving you.
Oh, him and his twin brother have definitely protected me before from some interesting stuff. I don't generally dive into that aspect, but I'll give a little snippet because it connects with what you said. But I do have a mentee who is connected with Metatron. So that's
Yes, he's the
that's
head
been
of
interesting.
my archangels. He's the
Yep.
one, the head. When it's all started 10 years ago, when he came over in my dream and said, okay, you need to start moving. Basically, I'm like,
Yeah.
who's Metatron? That was for me, like, I even didn't know. I knew, like, no, the major, what you know through religion, right? But Metatron was never in my life. And what interesting, Brittany, I'm sorry I was interrupted. What interesting that the Metatron's cube, because I was mathematician, I draw on a board, you know, the using device where it's burning out on in the wood.
Okay.
I made Metatron cube, which I didn't know what it is Metatron cube. It was hanging above my head, and my headboard.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know. And he was all time there trying to reach me, like, hello, hello. And I wasn't responding until later age.
Yep. So that's the fun stuff. And if you know Metatron, you know, you know. You know, you know. I think he is for the most stubborn of people, because people who are very easygoing are like, this is too much. But yeah, Obi is actually he's a healer, and he is my daughter's emotional support animal, and he fits that bill 100%. So he's definitely, like, I have videos joking about it, but I'm like, yeah, it's true.
The cats absorbing negative energy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what has happened. If it's something not really good around you, they was coming to you, they starting coming on your shoulder, coming wants to like affection, but it's actually they are healing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Susan when we met, uh, I didn't know her back then, but I said to your cat saving your life.
Yep.
You
And
know really what's happening.
this guy loves the limelight. So if he senses good energy, he'll always be in front of the camera. Like always. He's like, who's that? Okay.
He feels energy, so
Yes, yeah, he does. So thank you so much. Okay, let's see. So we do have more comments. Sweetie says, yes, thank you. Asians supporting mental health, say great story. And say thank you, Nina, with a beautiful heart. And so to wind down the show, because we are over time, thank you to our community for engaging us as we do the deep dive into some amazing content of the ethereal nature. I'll start with you, Susie. What is one last comment that you would like to leave with our community tonight? And then Nina, I'll have you answer that question as well.
The more I meet people like Nina and I learn about sound and vibration, I just get more and more excited every day. So like every day is an adventure. Every day is something to learn. And the more I learn, the more I realize we're all connected. We're all one. And it's a beautiful world. And we just have to see that. So I'm excited about that.
Thank you. And Nina, what is something that you want to leave our community with?
I would like to invite everybody again on that event. And if you can go to on my website and see what I can do for you, because I don't do not only healing. Healing, I do Feng Shui and Dowsing, but I use Feng Shui and Dowsing primarily for healing, determining, how say, diagnosing some things. And that will be very beneficial. If you stuck somewhere with something, you better to resolve now. If you come over on that event, I will say you can ask me that questions absolutely free. So, and I'm so grateful for Brettney and Susie, but as such a great company here. And you are make me talk. I'm not, I'm talking like talking, and even over time, but which I was worrying, but I will be not able to speak like all 15 minutes.
Oh,
Amazing. And then where can people find you? Is that the correct website?
Yes, it is.
So you can find Nina at NINAVGARZA.com. And you can find Susie at, let's see.
am I on there? I forgot to put it in.
Can you tell the comment, please?
I can put it in the comments.
Um,
I'm always bad.
yeah, if you could, Susie, if you could spell it out so that people
Okay.
and our
We are spelling ACOU. It's Acoustic Therapeutics.
Mhm.
And therapeutics is spelled IX at the end.
so ACOU
STIC
STIC
TER.
TER. Okay.
I gotta actually look at it.
I can't see it on the screen, so I can't spell it out. But please spell it out because there's we have the
So it's ACOUSTIC, then therapeutics THERAPEUTIX.
.com.
Spelling on the end. .com.
Woo woo. So please check out Nina's website and Susie's website to get supported most of all, we have our event coming up in New York. Get your tickets now before they sell out. Space is limited. We only have 250 seats, and we already have some organizations that are knocking at the door to get in. So if you are looking to become a speaker, it doesn't matter what level you are at. It doesn't matter your confidence. If you are ready to share your story, we are ready to support you in that. So join us here on the podcast or join us live in New York on Broadway. It's more than a speaking gig. It is like that PR package to get you started and out there. And you have our support behind you every step of the way. We are a community. We are a community-focused establishment. And we are here to support you to thrive because the world needs you now. Now is the time that people are turning towards modalities and ways to get through this season. They need you and your story to guide them through it. So if you're ready to share it, join us live in New York. And you can go to mrtraumatalks.com to find more information on that. I'm Brettney Perr from obscurum.com. And if you know of someone, anyone who is dealing with these sorts of situations, share this forward. And don't forget to follow us so that you can hear more of these stories of resilience so that you can get supported in your life, knowing no matter what comes your way, you can find your way through. So hopefully we'll see you in New York. And if not, we'll see you here next time, next week, with our next special guest. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Susie,
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Have a good one.